Welcome to Turning Hard Times to Good Times. I'm your host, Jay Taylor, and I'm speaking to you from New York City on the 6th day of April, 2021. And we want to thank each of you for making this show one of the more popular shows on the Voice America Business Channel, and thank you and encourage you to send along whatever comments you have to questionsfortaylor@gmail.com. Questions and number 4, taylor@gmail.com. We do want to thank our sponsors for making this show economically viable. Today's sponsors are Novo Resources, Sitka Gold Corp, El Oro Resources, Irving Resources, Hannon Metals, Fury Gold Mines, Great Bear Resources, Lion One Metals, SK Mining Corp, and Firefox Gold. We have a very busy schedule, so let's jump right into today's show, which I've titled Biden's Last Throw of the Geopolitical Dice. In the second half of today's show, Alistair McLeod will talk about the background to the geopolitical situation facing the Biden administration and why he thinks America is destined to fail in the current Cold War against the combined power of Russia and China, not through a lack of military power, but due to economic forces. So we'll ask Alistair to explain his thesis on that. Now, if the global economy is going to turn green, there's a huge amount of copper and silver that will be required, and one mini-cap company with the backing of a major Japanese entity is Hannon Metals, with an enormous near-surface, high-grade sedimentary-hosted target in Peru. Michael Hudson, the president of Hannon Metals, will be with me during the second segment today to give us an update on that company's progress. And then Michael Oliver, who he's not with us today, but he believes that we've likely seen the bottom in the bear market for gold and silver. He's not with us today, but another very astute observer of precious metals and a friend of mine who has had a great deal of success investing in the markets, in energy, and perhaps most of all in biotechs. That's my friend Chen Lin, and he's here. Michael's not here, but Chen's here, and we're so glad that he could be with us today. Thanks for joining me, Chen.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
Thank you, Chen. And I just to get your quick view on the precious metals, what are your thoughts now? Michael thinks we've probably seen the bottom. What are you thinking?
Well, yes. Gold is trying to bottom here. Okay, right now it's still very calm, so it's not like nothing very violent or anything. Mm-hmm. The gold needs to be over 750 to form some sort of double bottom, but GDX is already bottom. The chart looks like GDX is the bottom. So it's good, and usually gold would, one or the other. Usually gold miners go first and then go next. They usually go together. But we have seen GDX outperforming gold in the past 2 weeks, so which is very good, very encouraging. So we'll see. But the little bit cloud is Goldman just put out a report. They think short dollar going to rebound here. They abandoned their shorting dollar. They have been shorting dollar for almost a year. They think because United States vaccine is rolled out so fast, Europe is so slow, so the U.S. dollar will have advantage over Europe. Right? So that's the issue. It's possible. So we could consolidate as well. So it's a very interesting place for gold, definitely.
Yeah. Well, it's as Michael Oliver has pointed out on this show many times, there's not that sort of correlation between the dollar and gold as a lot of people think. So sometimes it can actually move in opposite directions. But in any event, that's interesting, and we'll see, because you and I both have a lot of interest in seeing rising precious metals prices, and I think that you have also done some things with platinum. I think you sort of feel that platinum could outperform gold.
Well, for the time being, because the inventory are very lean. All the companies, they have a very lean inventory, and then when the demand pick up, they always have the misplacement. Not just platinum. The best performing metal is iridium. It's from 1,000 to 6,000 right now, just in 3 months. So it's like now it's back to work. Everybody wants to drive a car. Everybody wants to get a new laptop, new cell phone. All these electric components, it's demand going through the roof. Right, we have a chip shortage right now, even with so they couldn't have to shut down the assembly line. So there's a lot of issues. And so what I feel, platinum is a significant discount to gold. Used to be twice as much as gold. So we have some room to go up from here.
Well, Chen, there's an emerging gold exploration story that you like a lot, and one that I've just added to my newsletter, Labrador Gold Corp. Talk about that, if you would, for a moment.
Yeah, I just have a very long chat with the management. I had an interview for the Metals Investment Forum. That's, I think, 2-3 weeks ago. So they just got a permit. Okay, they are drilling. So and then they said in the interview, which published on the Metal Investment Forum website, that they are going to put the pictures on, because it's visible gold. Okay, so if they see anything good, they're going to put a picture on their website, so people know they hit the target. They're very similar to their neighbor, which is Newfound Gold, and structure-wise, if you talk to Dr. Quentin Henning, it's very similar, and then just on the border extended to their land. And then they already saw the very large physical gold on the surface, right? So they just drilling, just trying to find a vein going under. So it seems to be a very high probability, and we're quite excited about that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I think they found some high-grade gold samples on surface, and I know that Quentin Henning talks about it being the same belt of rocks as the Queensway deposit next door there. That's Newfound Gold, and they're on to a tremendous discovery. He really compares it to that very rich gold deposit over in Australia that was really the company maker for Kirkland Lake. Well, Chen, I know that with
exactly. I just want to mention that the Labrador Gold market cap is less than 1/10 of Newfound Gold. I think that's really the kicker, right? So that's exactly right. Will be very important.
That's exactly right. And Chen, I must say that I just recently, thinking in those terms, have just reduced my holdings a little bit of Newfound in order to buy some Labrador gold, and I will be covering this story in my newsletter this weekend as well. So just with a couple of minutes left here yet, Chen, Amyris Inc. is a biotech story that is a very exciting story. Maybe just take 2 minutes and talk about Amyris, if you would.
Yeah, the Amyris is something I feel they have a strong potential. I was, when I was buying it late last year, I was trading close to cash, similar as I did with Apple like almost 20 years ago. So I missed the Apple run. I sold too early, so I'm not going to sell this time. So I'm kind of holding. It has been tremendous run, and as it's turned, right? They started to cash flow positive. They just announced a major deal that put over $100 million in their pocket, so they no longer need to raise money. They have been raising money a lot in the past few years. That's why stock was so. Now they don't. They're cash flow positive. They are turning, and then they have over $100 million. They can monetize those, and then they continue to expand. The idea about that is using a yeast, genetic modified yeast, to produce anything you can think about in the world. So they can do from marijuana. If they are successful, their marijuana going to take over all the marijuana plants in the world because they're so much efficient. They basically create marijuana on the cell level. They have those sugar cane. The sugar substitute. It will be it will be much better and without any bitter taste. That's supposed to be the best. And then they have so many other things. There's squalene. Squalene is from shark liver, using your cosmetic. And then, there are so many sharks was killed for this now that you don't need to kill the shark. They do it from their yeast process. So they have so many potentials. And I've seen company with, they are in their same area. Okay, they have 1 million revenue. They're trading at a few billion market cap. This company has almost 200 million in revenue and trading at 5 billion. So it's like, relatively speaking, it's a hidden gem still, even at the current price.
Yeah, has gotten up to $22 or so, and I think you might have been buying some at around $4, Chen. So congratulations on that. Certainly is a very exciting, I think, a new, really sort of a revolutionary chemistry company. I would sort of look at it that way.
Absolutely.
Biochemistry.
Absolutely. There's a report come out that the United States competing with China. You mentioned a little bit that there are 5 areas. One is artificial intelligence, another is bioengineering in this area. And they're the leader in this bioengineering. It's supposed to revolutionize the way, for us in whatever, in the future for next decade or if not futures.
And it might have some implications for a greener globe as well. I mean, and I remember hearing one of the members of management saying, yeah, we could produce more cow meat and have fewer cows, something like that.
Exactly.
It's pretty crazy.
So many things. It's coming.
Yeah.
They have like a 20 molecule, and then they're creating a few molecules every year. They said assembly line. They're like a few years ahead of competition. So this is like hopefully the Google of this area.
Yeah, it looks that it could very well be the case. Chen, I want to thank you.
Their founder is also the founder of Amazon, Google, and and Apple, Kleiner Perkins. So it's kind of
Kleiner Perkins is exactly right. There's some very serious people involved with this company, and so it's one that I've really gotten excited about as well, Chen. And I'm such a gold bug; it's hard to pull me away from the gold sector, but this is one you've succeeded in getting me very excited about. I want to thanks Chen. We do have to leave it go at that. My engineer is telling me we're out of time. We have to run now, but thank you so much for sharing your ideas. It's always a pleasure having you with us.
Thank you, James. Appreciate it.